All right, traders. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome on back here this Wednesday, the Ides of this week, a little bit after the Ides of February. February 18th. In fact, great to have all of us back directly inside our live trading room. Had Charles, Mocktail, Bill, Brian, got Farzad right there with us, got Brian, Uday, Debbie, Nabil, all of us here just joining us. Perfect. And all of us back on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Been an incredible week. So we strongly suggest for you to first join us on social at Cyber Trading U. Make sure to hit the follow and subscribe buttons down there. But we definitely invite you to join us directly inside our room, though, for this week, next week, so forth, because we've been killing it. I mean, up and down this whole market. I mean, the market itself has been pretty choppy, SPY at least the last several weeks. So we'll just kind of look at the SPY here to begin. Down today, but man, we've been in a whipsaw the last 3 weeks. Been kind of annoying for investments, portfolios, long term at least. Well, for day trading, it's not to say that this is what we ask for, but the fact that we had this sideways movement up, down, up, down, up, down, well, hey, it provides for some good day trades at least. It provides for some good longs, some good shorts. And even without this, there is plenty of stocks that are just making their own move on their own accord. They're kind of on their own planet doing their own thing. So I wouldn't start this meeting off without discussing IBRX. So let's start off with Immunity Bio, IBRX. Let me just ask out of curiosity, anyone in this trade right now, who is currently in the IBRX? And if you're new here, well, anytime I ask that exact question, that does not mean to just jump in. But there is a few different entries that we had on this stock today. Well, not only today, but from the last several weeks, the last month, basically like a month and a few days ago, is when we found out about the whole Anktiva Saudi FDA approval. Nice pop today, that's for damn sure. So at least as long as we held higher lows, the hope was to get a higher high. And I thought that we would see more shorts get squeezed out on this trade going into February. But that doesn't necessarily mean I thought today would be the day. So the fact that we saw a pop immediately on the stock this morning, well, hey, much like Kathleen knows and Tim knows, students that are actively in this trade right now with myself, but Andrea and Brian, you're going to know this as well, one of our newer gold students joining us. Reversal time, right? Reversal time is around 10:30 in the morning. So when this pops up at 9:30, 9:35 in the morning, well, the world's in the palm of our hand at that point with the stock. If you weren't in this trade with us a month ago, then this at least is just a good day trade, just a day trade stock for you for right now. But this was perfect because it popped right out the gate. It built up throughout the mid-morning. And, hey, actually on the nose, maybe a minute after, it did initially peak right at 10:30, 10:31 in the morning. It didn't reverse though, right? So with higher lows, the hope is to get a higher high. So it based out, built out new support here, and just kept ripping. This thing's beautiful today. So long-term, short-term, doesn't matter. This has great liquidity. It's at the high of the day today. So immediately just goes right on our watch list to begin right now, the Immunity Bio trade. And again, it's not just because old Josh is in it. I've been in this thing for like a month now. Plenty of days we did not put this on our list. This has perfect liquidity. It's perfectly priced. It's not expensive. And it's right at the high of the day. So it's everything that we ask for in a stock right now. And again, it's been a great trade already for us. So hopefully it just keeps going. Now, though, this is not the only one, though, that we called out from the morning. That's still near the high of the day. I'm also in on the ONDS stock. This, to me, is just right now a day trade. Like the IBRX, I've been swing trading. I've been holding on to that. I'm going to continue to. ONDS definitely has a strong enough daily chart to look for a swing trade on this. Real strong move. Built higher lows seemingly here back from the end of last year. This is great. Just right now, my own intent on this trade is to just keep it a day trade. So listen, if anyone's very bullish on the EVTOLs out there, then I think that there's good reason to. And another stock here for right now, just put on our watch list for the afternoon. And, hey, if this rips the ceiling off and just goes berserk for the end of the day, then maybe I do turn it into a swing trade. But probably. I'm probably just going to keep this a day trade for now. But, hey, if you're in on this stock, though, from early this morning also, let me know there, too. So the two big ones that we've been on top of, at least for the last couple hours, the IBRX, the ONDS, those were the two main ones just before. Now, we had other ones from the morning, too, from the market open. We did pretty good on the Apple trade. We did all right on the RXT. That one, great move, really strong move. Didn't really have the easiest book map to read though. It didn't really have great, easy to see iceberg levels. So if you missed it from maybe 120, which is really probably like one of the only good prices, flipped it into support. So that was a really strategic, clean entry. But outside of that, granted, it moved up, but I didn't jump into this myself. I know a bunch of us killed it on this trade, but me personally, I mean, hey, there's other battles that you could pick and choose. It's all right. So, if you don't find this as easy after a certain point, and if it just goes up more after, that's all right. You kind of hold yourself to a higher standard at times. So, there's plenty of other fishies out there in the sea for us to make money off of. I saw Kathleen do really well on this trade earlier today. William C seemingly did pretty nice on it. Tim was calling out the gap fill there. Genevieve did really good on a few different trades. Who else? Nabil had a nice profit. He was in for about like 8-9 cents. I said Bill just before. Shout out to Jim. Jim did really good. Got about like 25 cents a share. He had a pretty solid entry right from that 125 price. So yeah, again, there's plenty of stocks out there that we did well on today. You don't need to be in them all. So as this moved up without me, I was like, all right, find something else. And there was plenty, right? Now for the afternoon, is this looking as good now compared to earlier? No. I mean, it technically is making, like, in relation to these dips, still kind of basing out, but it's up so much percentage-wise already. It was not up 217%. Well, in pre-market here, at the least, it was up a lot at that point, but the more any stock goes up percentage-wise, up, you just figure there's probably not as much room left on it. So this one topped off a little bit after noon Eastern, but yeah, I mean, unless it wants to prove something to us going into the end of the day, but really wants to pop when we're doing this meeting, we'll come back to it. I have no problem coming back to stocks. CDIO. This one also with the other two, we said, right? IBRX, ONDS. This going into the afternoon, beautiful push as well. Cardio diagnostics, whatever. Good spread, obviously pushed up already. But let's see if this could just continue to hold out here, hold support. Probably going to shake around a little bit at first, but let's see if it could base out from here, 245, 250-ish. And if it can contain that, perhaps there could be one last push on this trade up to 3. So don't mind putting this on our list for now, CDIO. Now, hey, just keep in mind, for any of our new students here, even a new trial member joining us, these stocks, much more often than not, well, we've at least traded before, once or twice. And this stock, CDIO, we've traded more than just that. This is a historical pump and dump trade, right? So that's just where you see it within the chart, lower highs, lower lows, each and every time. So don't be fooled. This is not a swing trading chart. It is strictly a good day trade for right now, right? All right, let's see what else we got here, though, for the time being. So we got how many on our list already? We got 3. IBRX, we got the ONDS, and that last one, CDIO. So what else we got for the time being here? What else we got? HYMC, beautiful move earlier, clearly a mining stock of sorts. Kind of basing out here still, I guess. Just the liquidity is not that great. So are there other stocks that have better orders out there, tighter spreads, easier to risk on? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. So that's the goal. Real quick, folks, we just came off class yesterday. Just if you were with me in class yesterday, just want you to answer. If you were to take a stab in the dark right now on guessing what the news is on this company, what would you say? You're to throw a dart against the wall and pray it lands. What would you say is the news out on this company? Geez, Mr. Car Wash. More like Mr. Buyout, right? I mean, it's a buyout here. They got purchased, official. That's it. No rumor. That is Facebook official. All right, what else we got here? Wendy's. Ooh, just up until now, it was doing great. I'll come back to this tomorrow. I don't think this dump off's looking as good for the afternoon session, but come back to it tomorrow. APPX, app ETF right there. It's kind of hanging in there. It's having a decent day, but Again, let's see if there's anything even better that's like right at the highs, trending sharper on the way up. I like this on the way up. Well, at least right now, a few trades that kind of look like that, but I'm being a little selective here at this point. MGM just showing some life to it right now. RCAT, one of the other EVTOL stocks, like the drones and the air taxi stuff. SM, this one's not terrible. There's a bunch of things on the gainers list that are simply like, all right, they're okay. Like maybe I could put it on the list if you twist my arm enough, but hey, if we put every stock like that on our list, we're going to end up with like a 55 stock watch list, like I say, right? So that's where I do need to be a little picky and choosy after the first few. So we'll come back to anything else looking great, folks, in just a bit. If there's anything that I skipped, if there's anything that is going up as I'm going down, you let me know. Just make sure my volume was good there. A bunch of cheap stocks getting drilled today here, right? PHIO, NAK, can't really short those. VECO Instruments, not investments. This thing's dropping off a little bit here, but again, liquidity, not that great. That's going to be the key. So silver moving up, is it? It was earlier, now pulled back because ZSL inverse kind of bounced a little bit. That's right. SEDG, this looks pretty decent as a short. I love the graph. And, listen, where we kind of went through everything already on the loser side, if we do put this on our list, as long as we don't put too many like crazy stocks with no liquidity on our list looking like this, then I'll kind of make room for one. So it's right at the lows. It is hard to borrow on TradeStation. So if you can't get the shares to short it, then just don't let it be noise. But it's a really good graph. Let me just check long term. Oh, yeah. This definitely a nice long wick here, rejection to try and break out from this little area and pulled right back down. So not looking too bullish long term and definitely looking pretty damn bearish today. All right. So I think that's pretty much it across the gainers and the losers side here, folks. So I'll run Benzinga. I'll take a look across the board, though, from you inside our chat board right now. Oh, I appreciate you, Vishal, on YouTube. Thank you so much. I just saw your comment right now. He says, I just saw you live. Just wanted to come in and say hi. Though I do not trade in the U.S. markets, I feel like cheering you up. I appreciate that, Vishal. Been a fantastic day. It's going to be tough to cheer me up much further, but I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. And, hope to have you stick with us for a little bit here going forward there, Vishal. Day to day, week to week. We stream live each and every morning and afternoon. We're always inside our trading room, though. Actually, I'll show you at least right now. I'll show our live trading room. I'll show our students and members there at least a little bit right now. Just kind of the chat on the right side. And my face is blocking that. There we go. So there's all of our students. Got a lot of us like Tim, Andrea, Brian, Kathleen, Farzad, a bunch of us there right now. Right. All right. So, hey, for those students right now, let me know what looks good. Anything that I may have missed. Obviously, this we're going to put on the top. IBRX looking incredible. I see this wiggling back up right now. SNSE. Chart looks good. Just again, liquidity is like real bad. I'd rather this not be noise. There's going to be people that try and short SNSE like on social media, on X. Even though we're not going to focus on it here, I wouldn't wish my worst enemy's worst enemy to try and short this stock right now. If this pops, this is going to blow people out the water in terms of shorts. So I just want to point that out. If you're on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're trying to short the small caps, you're going to get run over by a freight train, I think. So be careful on that stock. You got to wait to see lower lows there if you're shorting. But either way, we're not really too focused on those. This little thing here almost might be too slow. Might be too slow for our blood. But it's up 7+%. It's like kind of near the highs a bit. Even this I'll hold off on. This is a little too sluggish here. All right, folks. Hey, I'll tell you what, I think that pretty much wraps it up. At least Kathleen got a nice trade off on that IBRX. She was in from 755. She closed out just there a moment ago. So, had a great day today, Kath. Congratulations. Really nice job. All right. Hey, I got a coaching session with one of our students coming on up here at 3 o'clock. So, you got Rich on the mic from 3 to 4. If I jump into anything, I'll certainly let you know, folks. Myself and Glenn coming on up here and coaching. But Brian, Kathleen, Leda, Farzad, Patrick, Uday, you got Richard here. You got Michael here. You got Bill, Alan, Roberto, Dell, Ronnie, Uma. I got a bunch of us here still with us logged in. Hey, best of luck trading going into the close. We'll be back on in just about 15 or so minutes.